is if we
I
send
would
this
like
thing live.
the guarantee, to get to that point again. And with my luck, I would probably get the same relic I already have. I mean, it's just the way it works with me.
Oh, of course, of course.
And I really don't need another Shadow Dancer.
I think
If
that's
I
one of the
had
better
a
ones.
Kamazi, it'd be different.
Yeah, the first two relics I pulled are currently the best one and the worst one. That's the champion one and then the guardian one. That champion one, though, was nothing before Siegfried was released. Siegfried makes that weapon, hugely powerful.
That's what I've got on my Siegfried right now, is the champion 5-star one. I wouldn't mind if I pulled a second one of those. I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't mind having a different one, but
yeah. And see, that's me. I've got several different class titans that if I pulled anyone other than I have the Shadow Dancer. So if I pulled anyone other than that, I would be happy.
I'm going to tell you guys, I have my champion one at level 10. I am not. That's not a relic I'm going to leave on a titan that's defending. Any champion that's attacking with, I'm going to have that thing on it.
yeah.
It's so valuable.
I've swapped it out on him. I also I actually on my test account, and I didn't do a video with it, but I like it on the pigs when it changes their weapon over to a little bit of a different axe versus just the two-handed that we've got on. Yeah, I'll zoom in. Oh, Siegfried just died. But let's see. We're back. I'm just going to put this up there too. We're back live on the stream. I completely restarted my equipment, but I figured if I'm still here playing, I might as well at least try and keep going live again. So we are there.
There you go. I see it.
You see me about, well, I don't have my gameplay up yet because I'm about to get wrecked.
Well, I haven't decided what I'm going to do in this next event, depending on what it is. I mean, it's going to be a poison event, right? Because they're doing a poison theater war.
It's going to be this poison
Right. So
paladin. We just need to know what the skills are is going to be the big question.
yeah, well, whatever it is and however much I grind, I'll be using Basati because I'm trying to get her leveled up.
I'll probably try and do the same.
Halfway to 51, so I really want to keep that level 51 in.
I'm hoping for another fusion event. I need a fusion event. I need to top off some more Titans. You know what I have not done at all is gone into my Pantheon since it came out.
I have got the current champion I am leveling is actually Ulrich. I'm trying to get him to level 40 because he was the last one in my legendary tier 1 that I need to 40 to lock in that relic. And my Ulrich has terrible skills, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. Oh, wait, he's level 38. Holy cow, I'm close. Oh, well, never mind. I got a Thor at level 34.
I've got, let me see, I'm going to try to get this broken stuff to work again. I've got Thor, I think, at 31. I actually really like him. I would love to get him up and running. He's just not in it in the moment.
We really need an event with Skullgrim. Because I need him for my Pantheon. He's the only other Titan I need for the Pantheon for the relic that I care about.
I would like to see all of them come back around. I mean, when was the last time Thorhild came around, you know?
I think this only came out once, right?
I cannot remember.
It's been a minute.
You know, give them when the Storm Mage drop, give Thorhild an opportunity to kind of like redeem herself. Come in with some new skills. I mean, it's not unlike them to give Titan's new skills, so it's not like it would be unusual. And I'm pretty sure people would love a Thorhild who came with Storm Maiden skills. I mean, it kind of almost seems too fitting. All right, come on. There we go.
You know what? I'm hoping that tomorrow they release a paladin that buffs X skills on certain troops that are guaranteed. Because then I'll have a reason to level paladins again.
Paladins are one of the Titans that just went downhill real fast.
That's true.
Everybody was loving, you know, the Ingas and the Freyas or Valwins, whatever, you know. I mean, and there's some of them that are still pretty tough to beat, absolutely, but they're not the defenders that they used to be.
I'm going to go ahead and say it again. They need to do something about nerfing Siegfried and Lamesh right now. Because the fact of the matter is, my Siegfried, there is not a defense I can't take out between spells and him. And it doesn't matter if they have 150 armor and 100% resist to physical. My archers just mow everyone down. That type of thing should not have been released.
Yeah, these archers are pretty killer.
Do you have all the bird relics maxed out on Siegfried?
I do.
Okay. I'm missing one of the bird relics. One of the 4 stars.
Bird relics?
Yeah. The Munion's the one with the birds on them?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's only just okay, just that one bird relic, right?
Yeah, the 4 and 3 star versions.
Yeah, there's the Munin. The Munin is the 4 star, and then the Hugin is the 3 star, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
the only 2, right?
Munin, 4-star, yeah.
Okay, alright. Well, I do have both of them.
I currently have 3 Siegfrieds that I'm leveling. I got really lucky with rolls. One of them had double archers skills, and then another one had perfect roll, and then the other one has a perfect roll for only the spearman. All of those
What's going on, guys? What's up, Zamar?
What up? There she
My
goes.
Siegfried is at 59 right now. He's about a third of the way into 59.
I've got Siegfried here at level 42. I've got 2 Siegfrieds, and I'm not really like hyped about any specific one. This first one is I'm most in love with. He's got the militia health, of course, and then I got archer damage, spearman armor piercing, archer health, and spearman armor. I like the 2 archer. I like the damage, and I like the health because it helps them survive some good crushings from spells.
Very, very close to the same as mine. Mine has militia damage, archer damage, spearman damage, archer health, and spearman AP.
Yeah, and this is the second one I've got is I got militia health again, and then I got archer armor piercing and archer damage. So I mean those are nice 2 offensive ones, but I actually really like the archer health. And then I've got spearman armor and spearman damage. I don't have that perfect Siggy build, which would have been full defensive spear and full offensive archer. That's what I would have loved, but
Hey, you got one that's not only workable, but it's pretty dang good.
yeah, I mean the one I've got seems pretty. Like I said, I've left my archers plenty of times just right in the center of a meteor spell, and they come out on top. So I might lose them by the end of the battle, but they survive to still continue to put some damage out there, which is why I like that health and damage combo.
I know, you don't even need to get a van brace for the archers to make them durable. And I think that's the real power behind that 5-star relic.
Yeah, the 5-star on it. Plus, I think Siegfried with the 5-star relic, his weapon is just a lot more suitable for him. I feel like when I take it off and just has his regular axe, there's something just a little bit more wimpy about it.
Because it doesn't look cool.
No, it doesn't. But it looks. I honestly think the 5-star looks even cooler on the pig, especially Stone Scar. I just put it on him, and I thought it looked pretty cool.
Yo, so I had to jump on real quick, David Yeager, to ask you a quick question.
Do
See
it.
if anybody else has brought this up yet. Does anybody think that there's going to be a new Titan that's going to be added to the Throne Wars possibilities for polls?
No.
Has anybody brought that idea up yet?
No one's brought it up. My very quick answer is going to be no.
So everybody thinks that Urkon and Aurea is going to be good enough to be able to even... Because nobody goes for 10K polls. You don't think they're going to reorganize at all the polls for the Titans?
The developers know that people aren't after Titans right now. We're washed with them right
Oh,
now.
true. But see, that's the thing, though. Why not put something out to try to actually change that idea? We could just leave everything the way it is. We could leave everything the way it is, or we could, because again, people are very upset with the 500. I'm thinking possibly the 500 pool might even get changed to change things up, to actually make players. Because honestly, right now, when you open up Divine Gems, it's like, where am I going to spend them? I'm going to wait till 5,000. Nobody bothers with 10K. Nobody bothers with 500. That's a problem. That needs to be fixed. And I think the developers might change that. Or we could just see it exactly the same, which again will make the game still exactly the way it is now, which I would believe is a choice. Not a good choice. Spice it up. You have a chance to change it right now in the beta. People will see it. Maybe some things will change. Who knows? They might even drop the Titan pool to 7K instead of 10. They gotta make it more. They gotta make it more lucrative. But yeah, go ahead.
Let's take a look at the Titans that they're offering now. For them to have a Titan in there that people would really seek after, it would have to be something comparable to the power level of the Titans that we have now. The two Titans in there, although they have unique skills that are better than others in their class, they do not compete with the top level Titans. And for a Divine Gem pool, which is the epitome of what this game is right now, power scaling would have to be crazy for it to be that, for people to really seek after it.
Well, that's why it needs to be changed. Obviously, nothing. It's one of these same things. Like it's either with the game or with government and everything else that goes on around us. If we don't change it, it's just going to be the same old. Which option are you going to choose? Well, the middle one. Left one and right one are never going to be chosen. So.
Did you just make this political?
No, it's the same. It's just the same thing everywhere you go. The game, same thing. We could just look at that option of the Divine Gems. I know everybody's concerned more about how the actual Throne Wars plays, but to me, I think the amount of people that will participate in the Throne Wars will be dependent on the rewards that they can get at the end. If I know that the same rewards and the same options are going to be there in comparison to playing the regular events right now that they're giving Divine Gems out for, well, why would I have to play Throne Wars to get Divine Gems if I already know that the options are still the same? I might as well just not play what some people may call Wallet Wars, depending on how this one goes. If that's the case, you don't want people to you know what, I'm going to pass this. I'd rather get my Divine Gems through regular events. Well, we don't want that. We want more people to participate.
Yeah.
If that's the case, you have to make the rewards. You have to make it change. Why do we have such a problem with season rewards right now? Why do we have such a problem with Legends League? It's all the same. You don't change up the rewards, nothing's gonna change. Masters League got inundated, and then now it's gone down even lower than that. Masters League is the old Legends League now.
Yeah.
It's, you know what I mean? It's just moving its way down, and that kind of thing. Same thing with Throne Wars. This beta, if you want to try something different, if they're trying things, I can't see why in this beta they wouldn't try to shift up the rewards a little bit, because obviously when they release it to Legends and Masters and Champions, when they do that, they want everyone to want to get involved. They don't want people to pass on the Throne Wars like we pass on a regular event.
So here's my take on this, Alon. I'm gonna jump in for a minute. I'm gonna spin a few things your way and give you some ideas of where I'm thinking on this one. One, as far as new Titans go, I think that's a flat out no. They haven't. I mean, think about it this way. Think of all the hype that went into revving revving up for the last Throne Wars, the trailers, the posters, the promotions, the tweets, the teasers. We have gotten none of that. And according to the game, let me see if it comes up here. This is it right here on stream. I just put it up here, which, by the way, I'm just going to put it. I'm streaming again because my equipment crashed. Call this round 2. We're right back up here. But the beta starts in 5 days. So in less than a week, we have the original shadowed out poster, you know, of all the thrones sitting there completely shadowed out. We all have seen them. We all know what they look like now. You know, if you're new to the game, you could still check all of this out on all the channels. Zalon, you've got your videos up. Bo's got his videos up. I've got my videos up. Like, the Throne Wars content is plenty out there. Not only that, but I was expecting some major differences from when they put the blog post out. And it said, read the how do you play. Not a single thing has changed from last time about the how do you play. So working with them, I don't think the dynamics of Throne Wars, they've been saying that, you know, and this is honestly a little bit of disappointment, but they've been saying for weeks, you know, we've been reworking Throne Wars. We've been reworking Throne Wars. I think they've been reworking the system, but they haven't been reworking the mechanics of the game. I think crowns will be crowns. I think the milestones, we might see differences in the milestones now. The rewards, they listed them off on stream last week, and every single one of them is identical. The gluten, the, you know, the construction stuff, the gold castles, the spire, not a single thing has changed there. I was hoping, this was something I think even you originally mentioned it, and I completely back it, is that there should be gold castles, there should be silver castles, and there should be bronze castles, so that the top 3 at least have unique recognition. I think with everything they've been putting into just getting Throne Wars to work, they are not putting it into creating all new Throne War Titans. I would like to see them change the 500 pull. Rio said this on the comments as well, and I agree with it. I want to see the 500 Divine Gem pull go back to guaranteed 4-star or a chance at 5 stars. Take out these XP relics from there. At least maybe during Throne Wars week or something like that. Like, at least put it back to what it used to be. But I don't think we're going to see anything new. I think this is their ability to just be like, we screwed up last time. Let's see if we can get it to work. I think the next time...
They didn't actually give out any of those endgame rewards.
Nothing.
Last time.
Yep.
They didn't even do that. So, yeah, I guess it's true that since we didn't even see it once, that I guess it's still new to us. Maybe that's the idea.
So what the one thing that I'm hearing that's changed, that's being added, is you'll be able to earn crowns from attacking garrisons and lands out on the world map thrones.
Yeah, and that's... So, I mean, other than that, there's really not much difference. The thing that I'll be interested to see, as I remember last time, people were just throwing lands in there because it wasn't worth... I mean, they were being raided and depleted so fast that people were just putting up 1-star Titans and no troops whatsoever, because at least contending it. I was hoping that they would have changed that 10-minute window. I was hoping that they would have, honestly, I think, an hour.
Because people didn't have any troops left. That was, again, because the unpreparedness of the community made it so that there was barely anyone with troops, or people actually using, what's it called, not levies, the time...
The warps and the levies.
Yeah, using warps. I don't want to go through all my stuff that I'm putting out for my videos. I created like 2 or 3 Throne Wars videos today on paper.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, when it comes down to like there's preparatory things you should be doing right now. There's preparatory things you should be doing 2 days before the event starts, and then there's stuff that you should be doing while the event started. So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot to Throne Wars, even though it's similar to what it was before. I'm just hoping, I'm thinking and hoping that they change something in the rewards to make all the people that were playing last time a little more interested. again, I would hate, because of the most recent nerfing of TOW, to see the community look at Throne Wars and go, I'll pass on the beta. And I'm thinking to myself, you'll pass on the beta? Like, people seem like they've been dying for weeks to get into the beta. So I just feel like that kind of idea that people from the community might pass on it, and they're in Legends, move out of Legends. I mean, people shouldn't be doing that. You know what I mean? That shouldn't even be a possibility.
I think a lot of it is more or less. I don't think that they don't want to do Throne Wars. I think that once they know it works, they'll be happy to participate. But I think people just have a bad taste in their mouth from the frustration of how bad the last one went. They just don't want to go through it again. I don't blame them. But I mean, our team we're hustling, trying to get ourselves back up at the Legends. We knew we were planning on it, but this came up a little sooner than we expected.
Just make it, and you have a couple players decide not to do it because after they actually see it, and they go, I think I'll pass. And you'll be like, but we fought so hard to get here. Are you guys crazy? That's possible, you know?
Oh yeah, I've got some players that have already said they're like, we're totally good with helping to get you guys up in Legends, but when it comes to the event, we might pass on it. That's cool. That's cool. Right now, step one is we just got to get ourselves back into Legends. It came up a little bit sooner than we were expecting.
True. Well,
Yeah, they by releasing the beta to Legends only, they knew they were going to create a lot of war in Masters from people to promote.
And spenders, it's going to push out the spending. So they're smart about it. They're not dumb by any means, but we Masters League spending on Portal Stone refreshes and everything like that to get it going. I mean, they're probably making more money off of the battle getting a legend.
how can we get paid? Do you think that's what they were thinking?
I don't know if it's necessarily what they're thinking, but I mean, in the end, this is just what it is. It's their business. They're always going to figure out how to get paid, period.
Well, true, but there's a lot of times they've done betas before behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
With Bo and myself doing the beta for Throne Wars before, there was no putting money into that or anything like that. So I was wondering, maybe they said, all right, well, this is the time constraint we have this year with our schedule and everything, so if we're going to do a beta, let's do it live, but in a control group, and let's also still get paid for it. Because we can't afford to do it offline while everybody else is still playing.
So, cool. That means that when Throne Wars starts next week, we're all beta players.
Yeah. Basically.
Alright, guys, I got a dog is outside driving me nuts. I gotta get her in. I gotta crash.
All right, man. We'll catch you later. Thanks for tuning in.
That'll be good. Alright, later.
See you later, Anthony.
I think just to kind of carry out that conversation, I think the unique thing about why they're doing a beta in Legends is I think they at least learn from the mistake of last time is they didn't stress test Throne Wars hard enough. From when you and Bo were on that very, the private server, you had the test accounts.
If you go back and look around at that server, there was probably I would have to say
There was probably one team's worth of players.
well, not even just that. There was a lot of that server. I don't know if it's still kept out on a regular basis. That server just they constantly have to re-upload the newest version of the game on it and then put all their accounts on it. But I believe a majority of those were named. The names on some of them were just device names, which means at most development game teams, they have 30 or 50 some devices of all different companies, of all different things, maybe even more, and they have to test the game on every single one. The
Yeah.
majority of accounts were like Nokia such and such and Apple this, you know what I mean? Each
Yep.
one was named what the device actually was, just because they needed to make sure that they all work. So I thought it was really strange to be among a bunch of dead accounts, because I know those people aren't really playing.
Oh, yeah.
We only had 2 or 3 alliances that were actually
make sure the game works on those devices. So
Yeah, and I think the best part is they did at least learn from that. That they're sending it into Legends to get the stress test of it, and that's cool. At least they're working that part out about it. The part that is just going to be tricky, like you said, is if this is a beta test, then what are the plans for changing it? And will we see a Throne Wars that gets hyped up like it was when it initially and originally launched? You know, where's the hype game at right now? Because it's not in Throne Wars.
Because the Divine Gem hype game is really not there.
It's
Nobody cares about the 500.
nope.
Nobody cares about the 10K. So
Well,
you tell me.
and that's the unfortunate thing. The unfortunate thing is no one cares about the 500 divine gems because they got nerfed. It was such a better reward when it was a guaranteed. And here's the one thing, and I've sent this in and I've said it to him before, and the community can hear, the community that's been in the chats with us, they know we say these things to him as well. When they nerf stuff, we message them and say, hey, this is what the community is saying. This is the feedback we're getting. This is what's really not working. And there's plenty of times where we get a very similar response that, you know, thanks for sending it in. We'll pass it along to the team. We try to be very straightforward with it. And this is just another one of those things where I just, look, I'm getting better rewards, 2 3-star drops, better rewards than Theaters of War. But the Divine Gem stuff is I guess the biggest point I have with it, and people make, is it's not costing them anything to keep those drop rates as high as they are. Like there's no harm in having high drop rates because it's just going to make people spend more to get those drops more often. If you nerf them because you're worried about people not getting them often enough, then you're cutting off your spending, and that just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. Well, I look at it also as, and I see it all the time in this game and in others as well, where when they bring out something first time on a scale of 1 to 10, it's like a 9 or a 10. You're like, wow, this
Yeah.
is great. And then the next time you see that same event come out, you're like, wow, why is it on the completely other end of the spectrum? And you're like, that really seems like not a lot of people will go to the immediate term money grab immediately. And in all essence, it is. But it's also, it seems like it's a test. And that kind of crap, it just seems like they're not even trying to split the middle. And splitting the middle would make it so that the community would still be, majority of the community, at least 50-50, will like it. And I don't see that. And that's harsh for the game.
Yeah, I think if they put things out, they don't like where the stats of it are at, and they kind of pull back from it. They should get that feedback and then go ahead and maybe bump it up a small bit. I mean, even if it's psychological warfare, cut it down, hear us complain, bump it up a little bit. We feel like we got to win, and everybody wins.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I feel like they missed that in certain aspects. Altars of Plenty it happened to that, and now we see it happen to TOW. I feel like the expectations of Throne Wars is the possibility that this beta, yeah, it may be okay. It may rank in the 7s. It may rank on a 1 to 10. It may rank a 7 or an 8. But then when they roll it out to everyone else, it still may not be as good when it comes down to what kind of rewards we're getting. Because like you said, they're concentrating on the first place team. Well, there's 50 teams. You know what I mean? If we have 2 Legends League servers at max next week, there's 50 teams in each. There's only 2 teams coming out with any kind of, well, what we would consider the special type rewards for the actual Throne Wars. So I agree with that second and third places, silver and bronze, because I feel like that would be a little bit more rewarding for everyone.
Honestly, what I think they really need is they need a true, what's the word I'm looking for here? Tournament bracket style event. They need something that can support, you know, cross league competition. You know, win this league and get, you know, and you move on to the next tier. They need a lobby style of challenges. There's another game that I play where if you want to compete in an event, then you sign up in the lobby, and that's what it's all about. If you don't want to compete, then you actually can choose to just sit out via the lobby, and you just don't participate in the event. I think that's the part where they're missing out is they're doing all these very same events that just run and run and run. If you don't want to participate, sit out, and in that case, well then, the player's not engaged whatsoever. I got to get these guys out of here. But I'd love to see them incorporate a lobby style setup to their events, at least every so often.
Well, hey, quick, I want to know from Shooter McGavin from the free to play aspect. I mean, obviously, 500 is total garbage. Going into the Throne Wars, I mean, obviously, you're looking to do everything you can to get 5K, correct?
Correct.
So, I mean, otherwise, there's really no other. I mean, you can have all the motivation in the world to try to be on the team that is first place, but besides from that, it's getting as many divine gems as possible.
Right. Even I'm coming in with a mentality that I'm going to be willing to spend upwards of 15,000 of my gems. Like this is a big event, and the potential rewards that I'm expecting from this will outclass any regular event. So my investment will definitely reflect that. So I hope they don't ruin this.
I'm hoping the free to play players, there's more, as many as possible, but I honestly believe that. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be like 80 to 20%? 80 paying, 20% free to play. Do you think Throne Wars is really going to
This is
push?
a pay to play event.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a pay to play. Only those that are higher level free to play, as well as
I'm gonna rephrase that one on you guys a little bit. I don't think it's pay to play. I think it's pay to win. You can play and have yourself a good time, run yourself up some decent rewards, the milestones, but you don't have a chance at winning if you're not spending.
unfortunately you're right.
We're not on a team. We're not on a team that is definitely spending way over average. Because I mean, Shooter could be on a team that's in the top 3 or 4, and still be a free to play player. But I feel like they're going to be few and far between.
Yeah, I mean, when people look at this game, I mean, I wish I could show them how many times I complete events, because the general conception is, most events you don't even have a chance of completing as a free to play player, and that's just fundamentally wrong. I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage in this upcoming Throne Wars event if I time it up, just time or put the right time into it, I should say. So.
Oh,
Go ahead.
continue. I didn't know if you were finished.
No, that was basic.
when I heard it was coming on Tuesday, I was like, man, this stinks. I was hoping it was dropping on Thursday, like a normal event. So, anyway.
Yeah, if it drops on Tuesday, it gives us Tuesday, Wednesday, because I figure it'll drop Tuesday somewhere around, 10, some odd, whatever time in the morning. So you got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, so I mean, if that were to run a season, it would be 6 days ish. That would be my guess. Now the question is, so it drops on Tuesday. Yay, audio. Yeah, Radiohead praise. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of just sitting here, just screwing around at this moment. Honestly, just kind of dicking my way through this live stream because it keeps crashing on me. If it drops off, I'm not going to restart this again, but I'm going to just stay up on Discord as long as the conversation goes, which also brings up another point, but I'll get there in a moment. I think 6 days it'll go. I think it'll be interesting just to see, all the teams. I think all the teams that are competing in it will have experience from the last one. I think we'll see a very different change in pace in how this one plays out from the beginning. Last time everyone just went land dump crazy. I think we're going to see a lot of hesitation once that kicks up again.
Well, not if you're a new team and you don't watch YouTube videos.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be some trigger happy people that'll go nuts, but the teams that learned from last time will understand a bit more about pacing yourself.
All I'm going to say is, you'll see it too, Jaeger. And I'm thinking the same thing as last time, and that is, any newer Throne Wars videos will all of a sudden get a couple hundred, maybe even close to 1,000 random views next Tuesday when Throne Wars starts. Just because people are going to go into the game and go, well, what do I do? What do I do?
Yeah.
That's what they did last time. They did. I couldn't believe it. I thought, oh man, a good portion of the community, yeah, they watched my video, everything will be fine. And then my first look Throne Wars video got like 1,200 views the first day Throne Wars dropped. I'm like, but I dropped it 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Weeks ago.
I should check in and see how where my Throne War video count is at now and compare it of maybe when it goes live again.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, Throne Wars videos will get so many views next Tuesday, and it's just because people will automatically say, "Oh wait, what are we doing?" Or I should check something out. It's just gonna be a wild and crazy time. So I'm really excited for next Tuesday.
Are you and Bo both up in and Shooter and how many other YouTubers do we have up in Legends League already that will be there next season?
Shooter, myself, and Bo are all up in NTG War. We're all up in the main alliance. I just joined up today. Of course, because we want to all be up. Well, yeah, we asked for positions to be held for. It's kind of the flagship, so we're trying to put everything together to have the biggest mass team. So
yeah. You gonna go live when Throne Wars kicks off?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I was like, oh, well, at least Tuesday's not Wednesday. Yeah. So, because I'm definitely going live as soon as Throne Wars goes on. I mean, I do also plan, maybe even also on Tuesday night, I might also go live again and have non-toxic people, because all day on Tuesday after Throne Wars goes live, I'm gonna assume there's gonna be a voice chat up almost all day. People just constantly talking, so
yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
Hopefully we'll make the threshold. Let's get an update of where we're at. We are 65, 57. We are 8 million. We're basically still holding at the same gap out from promo zone, so we still have 4 days, 5 hours to close that up a little bit. So I'm hoping we can get into Legends.
I do like the fact that you're going through something that's exciting, because to be honest with you, I feel like the people in Masters right now that are fighting to get into Throne Wars, that's actually exciting. That's actually a reward worth going for season. It's the first time that a season reward is, but it's not what they're getting for the season reward, but it's just the fact that they're getting promoted is an actual reward.
Yeah, this has been pretty intense. I mean, just to kind of give a rundown for anyone that's, maybe comes in and watches this later, since I put Throne War in the title, but this is the fight that we've been in. Just to kind of give an update, right? We've got Force Rage, who's been in the lead from the get-go. War Gods has been on their tail, off their tail a little bit, but they've always been within like this 10, 15 mil range. Guardians, Soul Ridge, Valhalla, and us have kind of trade ranks a few times. We're finally up in here. We had one of the Immortals teams up in here, and they had some like 70 mil or 50 mil or something like that, and they just deteriorated. Whatever happened, they just deteriorated and they dropped off the ranks, which is good for us because now it's down to 6 teams fighting versus 7. I mean,
They probably left your server and went to an easier server so they can get in.
yeah, I don't know where they jumped to and what they found, but
I mean, if somebody finds a master server I mean, I don't think, at this point, I don't believe there's that many master servers because, again, I feel that over the last month or so from right now, the master servers have been in decline, just like the legend servers were maybe 6 months to a year ago.
yeah. I mean, if one were to be out there, I bet you someone could probably put it up for sale right now and people would buy it if there was an easy, you know, like I haven't seen any screenshots of what scores are looking like in any easy. They're all very similar, if not even higher VP rank than we are right now, as far as that promo zone goes. Some of them are way up there, but we're in this cut. So I mean, this is where it's basically going. Is we have people on the raids round the clock, and it's just a matter of. I think now we're starting. Someone actually just posted it in our chat that it looks like we have ranks 3, 4, 5, and 7 all hitting us to keep us down out of promos. So it looks like those.
You're also in your main team, right? Main Sanctuary?
We put together a little bit of a merge. So this technically is a 4th alliance right now, and we've got people from kind of a little all over the game. So we've got Omega, which is our standard higher VP rec. We've got Delta, which is our mid tier. We've got Alpha, which is kind of just for people like that just need to chill or brand new players to the game. And now we've got this this Sanctuary here for the event, and we've kind of pulled together people from a little all over the place. Not only just Omega, but not only just Sanctuary, but a little everywhere. So the goal is push.
Well, you also asked people if they were going to spend too, because obviously that's also kind of necessary.
Well, we didn't make it a requirement. As long as they were willing to invest, whether that be money to help grind or if they were willing to sit down and crush out as much VP as humanly possible. We've already kicked a few people off the team for not holding up to it, so we're being pretty relentless about it.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's good. That means you definitely put together the crack team of Sanctuary.
We're giving it a shot. For all it's worth, we're 8 mil out, and we just got to keep working on closing the gap.
Now, are you also hoping that now this was something else that I was thinking about and talked to Bo about as well, and that is if they don't do a gem deal for the beta, they could drop a gem deal later this week for the event that starts tomorrow, tomorrow or Friday. If they drop any sort of gem deal, some people may pick it up in hopes to use it for Throne Wars, not for the event, because there's the possibility that they may not drop a gem deal for Throne Wars. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, if there's, to me right now, I'm focused on. I just need to get into Legends League, and that's where my primary focus is at right now, making that happen.
I'm just saying, if you see a gem deal drop tomorrow,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm just saying, just make sure that I'm not telling everybody if a gem deal drops tomorrow that you have to get it, but also keep in mind they may not drop a gem deal on Monday or Tuesday. If they don't, which is stupid, again, in my opinion, they should for the beta Throne Wars, because obviously I think that would be in their best interest, and also that's where you meet the community in the middle ground. Community would also like that as well. Not everybody, because not everyone's going to buy it, but the ones that do want to buy it, they want to buy it at discount. So I feel like everybody would be happy, but if they make the dumb decision and not do it, then anything that does drop tomorrow or Friday, you may want to at least consider.
Well, here's the next question we haven't really talked about at all: is what are the other leagues going to be doing while this beta